All right, welcome back, everyone. We are here for round number 3 of the Midwest Premodern Championship. I'm Michael Heup. I'm in the booth with BK Brian Kowal, and we have some players here. We got Caleb Durward on the right. He's
and I a classic of the Midwest Magic community as well in Lukas Carlson.
I thought you were gonna say a classic of the Midwest Premodern Championship form of Mono Blue Stifle Knot against Stasis.
Lukas Carlson will be on Mono Blue Stifle Knot this round. Caleb Durward is going to be our Stasis player.
No, I'll update stuff. So we do have some different decks. Do you want to talk about what they're playing?
We have another oppressive 2-mana enchantment in play instead. It's called Survival of the Fittest. If you're not familiar with it, it is a mainstay of the pre-modern format. Lets him discard any creature he wants to go get any creature he wants from his deck for 1 green mana. Lukas is playing Deadguy Ale, and Ale. Isn't it weird how sometimes you pronounce things weird? He's on the Spectral Links and has added a morph to the play, and
what could that be?
He's gonna try to beat down Caleb. The Spectral Links is gonna do some work, I think, in this particular matchup, because Caleb is on green-red madness. The mostly green creatures.
All right, I think I got everything situated. I guess I got to get life totals. Oh, no. Yeah, updated. All right, here we go. So, all right, now I think we're good. So with survival in play, that's got to be good for Caleb, right?
That's how we draw it up in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Caleb does with the survival. It's always exciting when a survival player gets their survival down with a bunch of mana.
Is this something that you worked on with him, or because I know there was some amount of you guys talking, and I think some lists were shared. Did you go into detail at all with him, or did you just?
No, I didn't. I showed him my list and showed him what I did, but he went his own way.
Okay. So what is he doing that's a little bit different than maybe what you had done?
He's a little more aggro, I would say. He's got like a little more utility, leaning on the survival more than my version does, I think.
Okay.
But he put like Avalanche Riders. He did go high anger like I did. And
okay.
He's got Squee and all the normal survival things, and
yeah, that was the one thing.
It's not my crazy version. What?
I was surprised when I think your list didn't have any copies of Squee. Is that right?
Yeah.
The first one seems like very, very good. I was surprised to see that when I looked at yours. But
in my opinion, you don't like. Okay, so you saw what Caleb did here. He went Rootwalla, and got a Squee. But like, if he just goes 3 Rootwalla, it's not that different, right? Like, the goal is usually to like get all, when I'm playing, is get all the Rootwallas I can out.
I guess the idea is you're not trying to extend the game with card advantage. You're just trying to get a board presence.
Well, I mean, the madness creatures are card advantage.
Okay.
Flametongue Kavu main deck coming from Caleb.
And getting a Masticore.
He's going to kill this Masticore. That's sweet.
That's one of the things, like, when I first played this format, I'm like, oh yeah, I get to play Flametongue Kavu.
Yeah.
And then it just is kind of a letdown because there's just not that many opportunities where you really get a really big swing. Well, that turn was very good. Getting a Masticore is huge.
Maximized. Vindicate on the survival. The other reason I don't play Squee in mine is this is the exact situation where this comes up. In mine, I play Genesis over Squee.
Okay.
And Caleb doesn't have a survival anymore. He brings a Squee back, but it doesn't really do anything. If he has a Genesis in his yard, he's getting back Rootwallas every turn and getting back to work,
Okay.
I just think it's a stronger card advantage engine. It's a little more expensive, but you get tons of mana a lot of times with this deck.
Okay.
So that's the basic theory. I was just finding I was never really wanting to get a Squee.
But with the green-red shell, because a lot of the survival decks, you end up doing something kind of inherently broken. Like Full English Breakfast has a combo. The Elves deck, you make a ton of mana with like untapping Elves and then playing like Deranged Hermit with Gaia's Cradle and whatnot. Is Caleb doing anything unfair, or is it just kind of accruing?
I think it's just accruing advantage.
I think
I don't know though.
I think I overheard him. I think he said that like Deranged Hermit would be the is like the top end that he goes for.
Yeah, he has 1 Deranged Hermit in his deck.
Oh, it's just one. Okay.
Yeah, he has Natural Order in his deck.
Oh,
That's kind of cool.
all right.
That could
Well,
make
then
make
he's
it
got to have
happen.
some other bigger payoffs then.
He has a Nishoba. He has. So that's the other top end.
Is there a symbiotic worm or
No, just a
Just a
Nishoba
Nishoba?
for Natural Order targets.
Sweet. So that would be an angle that I've not seen out of this deck. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see if that really pays dividends in this matchup.
Look at this adorable pre-modern game we have going on. We got Spectral Lynx, Hypnotic Spectre, Basking Rootwalla, and Flametongue Kavu in play. There's a bunch of Mishras.
This is like that's what I call music.
Yes.
Like hits of the 90s.
This is how it's. Forget all those book cards. This is how it's supposed to happen. We need to ban all the cards so that this is what's being played. My opinion.
So we got the chain of Basking Rootwallas, and then ultimately a Grim Lavamancer is found.
I will say, when I play any Madness deck, this is the exact deck I want to play against.
I would say how do you feel
All
about
day.
connecting with a Hypnotic Spectre and just like putting Basking Rootwalla into play?
Yeah, all day, every day.
And
Just light up the Deadguy hit rack decks for me.
and there are Arrogant Wurms too, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Deranged Hermit. Yeah, Caleb is kind of turning the corner here. Oh,
Yeah. Well, one of the criticisms of the black white Deadguy Ale deck, other than the mana, we talked about that a little bit earlier, is that it really only goes card for card. It doesn't have like too many card advantage or ways to get ahead. I mean, I guess like Phyrexian Arena kind of does, and the Hypnotic Spectre in a way could be, but there aren't like 2-for-1s in the deck. So here, when you have a board, it's difficult for them to come back.
It has card advantage, but it increments up.
Okay.
So if you have somebody that just explodes card advantage on you, it's rough. If you have, God forbid, somebody who can benefit off of your discard spells, it gets like Squee survival is like kind of just undoes most of the advantage you would try to get from a Deadguy deck.
Yeah.
I think they're both 1-1 right now. As far as the record.
All right, so we're at a spot because Anger's in the graveyard, and Anger has because there's a mountain in play. Everything has haste. The attacks here it's just. Oh, I guess the Mistress Factory epic does. I was gonna say like I think I'd be sending in those squirrels, but I didn't notice the factories.
Caleb's gonna Stone Rain with this. To cover.
Got chatters saying that their money is on Lukas. Certainly in this board position, I would not agree.
Yeah, maybe I'd take. What are we putting up here? How much money?
I'll say I don't like Lukas at the spot right now. That's for sure. I could say. But you have a Swords of Plowshares. That'll get rid of the Grim Lavamancer, and even if there are Genesis Tricks here, that one's exiled.
Yeah,
so.
Never coming back. I have one Lavamancer in my version. I really like the single copy.
Did Caleb gain a life? I don't know if he did.
I don't know how.
Oh, he did? All right, then I had my life total off.
What did he gain from?
Swords of Plowshares.
Yeah. It does do that.
All right, now we're upgrading the Rootwallas into worms now. I love Arrogant Wurm.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Basking Rootwalla too. I don't know if I could pick a favorite between these two.
Yeah. One of my favorite combos of my Green Red Madness deck is like get a Masticore into play and just like play an Arrogant Wurm every upkeep.
There's something about just attacking with a 4/4 trample. Feels good.
Oh yeah.
I know when I was a very little kid, I didn't have my fourth copy of Arrogant Wurm, and I proxied, and I drew the picture.
The card that Caleb just played is the reason he's playing this deck today.
I don't know if this one will come up, but
he got his 30th anniversary serial in, and the Mongrel is so good in this set that he had to play some kind of madness deck.
The art is goofy. I forgot what's the nickname for the. I feel like someone's called it like a mongrel, but like they changed the words or something. They had some pun for it, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, this goofy wild mongrel.
I don't know. No idea.
All right, we got Mishra's Factory that are blocking Rootwallas, and then these squirrels are they dealing 8?
4.
Oh, the hermit wasn't. Okay,
Yeah.
upkeep. Okay.
So it's been gone. Yeah, this is where I'd have a Genesis kind of rolling back. Because like the other thing with your survival deck is like you have one copy of a lot of these cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to be able to just rebuy. Yeah, he does have one on the board. Oh, catches him napping with the Arrogant Wurm in his hand. Okay. Unlikely. Oh, he has 2 Mishras.
Yeah, with Lukas just at 5, it's kind of like you can make bad attacks and just force through the rest of the damage. And I mean, like trample's still a big deal here. Still, the worms with trample, and this one tasted so.
Yeah. Hasty 4/4s.
Getting more mongrel.
He just wants to get this card in play.
Yeah, I guess when you can choose whichever creature, you get if this is the reason you're playing the deck.
If you're winning anyway, you're gonna get the cool artwork.
All right,
that's enough. That's
is that lethal?
That looks like enough.
I'm not very good at math. I think that was enough. All right, so let's look at Lucas's sideboard, and is there enchantment removal, or like how does he try and fight? Because it's not like this card advantage that would come from a survival. What is he gonna do?
He's got Withered Wretch.
Okay.
He's got Perish. Engineered Plagues. His Disenchants. He can bring in his whole board.
I do like Perish.
He has 1 Diabolic Edict, 1 Absolute Law, and 2 Copperheads. I love Absolute Law. That's one of those cards that I never see people board. I mean, obviously it doesn't do it. Well, I mean, it does play red.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming in this match.
Turn off Flametongue Kavu forever. It makes his Spectral Links into super cats.
Actually, if it's all creatures in Pro Red, then you can just cast the Flametongue Kavu. It's just a 4/2. Because it can't target anything.
It's true.
So but it's a legal play. I wonder if that's ever happened. Do you think in the history of Magic that there's ever been a Flametongue Kavu cast with Absolute Law in play?
I don't know. We might see Magic history right here.
It's just a giant cockroach. That's what I think of like a 4-mana 4/2. Do you think of what 4-mana 4/2 do you think of? Do you think of there's like a Viashino.
There's a red one.
There's a red one. It's a Viashino
Sandstalker is the one that goes back to your hand. He costs 3.
There's some 3 red.
Kind of like a Viashino Sandstalker in Caleb's deck because he has anger.
I can't remember the name of it. We've got a commitment in the chat saying that $50 for charity if Caleb loses. It's kind of like a bet there that we were talking about. The other person was saying that they would put money on Lukas. So
we did move up the drawing a little bit. Judge wanted to do it earlier, so we're going to be doing it after this round ends in case people are planning to go home after this round.
Yeah. So if you're interested in participating, you'll need to get the raffle tickets through that link that I provided. You'll be able to be entered, and then we'll draw and figure out who's won our raffle prizes.
I think I should have held fast, though. Give it another round. I feel
Well, it depends. I mean, like, if
buyer's
you're
remorse on that decision.
catering to the people that are here that might want to leave early, or catering to the people that are tuning in maybe later to the stream.
But we could have got them their
Yeah.
thing. I think we're gonna throw this in the prizes.
Oh.
Do we get our camera working yet?
Nope. Nope. Still haven't figured
We'll
that out.
never get to see our smiling faces.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but no. All right.
There's a Lucas Carlson super fan in the chat here. Yas 22.
Yeah. Doesn't lose. I mean, he's
Lucas
up against
is always a very solid player in the area.
he's up against the mighty Caleb Durward though.
He is.
Caleb D MTG.
How much of this board do you think he brings in? I
I
would take Dark Ritual up. Just go for Val.
Well, usually the most exciting plays with Dark Ritual are Hypnotic Spectre or Phyrexian Arena, and Hypnotic Spectre of matchups. This seems like the least exciting one to have a Hypnotic Spectre active. I mean, I guess it's still random, so
Yeah,
but-
those specters would be flying out of my deck. You're right there. You keep Gerard's verdict in?
I don't know. It's
So
probably
you-
weird because it's like the sideboarding. If you're worried about the madness cards, it's like your sideboarding's got to be completely different than you're used to. 'Cause
The
you-
rest isn't even that great in this matchup, right? Like,
No, it's well, he hasn't seen the natural order. Like I think it's fine
yeah, because
because
it has natural order.
the importance of survival is really heavy.
Right.
But
But if you're bringing in answers to the survivals anyway, I guess he only has three disenchants though. That's a good number.
does Caleb have anything excited that's coming in?
He has.
There's a Genesis, right?
There is a Genesis. I would bring it in. He's got a Masticore, pretty good.
Yep.
Kabi.
Well, a
Kabi
lot
does not do much.
one thing about like Massacre is a lot of times like Deadguy will have Mother of Runes, and
Mhm.
Massacre is a great answer to
Oh,
someone
that's
who's
true.
trying to like turtle up with that protection because this
Yeah, I mean-
color source.
Masticore seems great against Lucas's deck. Is an Avalanche Riders. You'd go after that bad mana base.
Yeah. Well, if you look,
Elvish
did you,
Lyrist to
the-
get rid of the.
the way that game ended, it was like 3 Mishra's Factory, a Cave of Kolios, and a Swamp or something. So you could just
Yeah.
cut them off a white mana.
If it was a Ravenous Baboons, it might be better though.
Was Ravenous Baboons a big player back in the day, or were there?
Sometimes, no,
No.
it got played though. Some. It wasn't like. I don't remember ever being like huge. Four mana to kill land is a lot, and we had Wasteland.
That's true. Yeah.
Elvish Lyrist I would bring in for sure. Get those because I think Lucas's way of winning is to land a Phyrexian Arena.
Okay.
And just draw a bunch of good answers. Like whittle them down.
I mean, the opportunity cost of bringing one card, like with the survival deck, is like you get a lot of benefits of even if you don't, you can just pitch it to survival a lot of times. We do see the Dark Ritual and that Phyrexian Arena gets turboed out, so
Yes.
looks like Lucas is trying to play the control route, in I guess in some senses, but he's really got to keep that survival off out of the not in play.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid. If it comes in down, then then it's hard to go card for card.
right.
against survival,
But he's gonna be better able to go for his answers, right? I mean, I think if you're Lukas, you have to bring in those disenchants, right? The survival is just so good against you.
yeah, it is like the matchup. I feel like just revolves around it. We've got a bunch of mana. We got
Caleb's setting up for a turn 3 Nishoba, it looks like. Turn 3 hardcast Nishoba. I want to see it.
that would be a achievement unlocked.
Yes. Shot calling it.
Did you see it in his hand?
No.
I'm just waiting. Oh, we were disappointed. It's like a survival, or it's a wild mongrel. It's way less exciting.
For once, I wanted cats, not dogs.
Yeah.
Are you a dog or a cat person, Mike?
Dog.
Good.
I mean, I like cats enough, but I really like dogs.
They're fine.
All right, anger is discarded. So this is a 3/3 wild, or no, it's a 4/4, right? Because the Basking Rootwalla and the anger were discarded. And this Rootwalla can get pumped. This could be just 7 damage right here.
The Wild Mongrel is a 4/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this factory is gonna block. So if they're both pumping each other, okay, pump from Rootwalla,
Yeah.
and then Caleb just needs to commit one more card.
Oh, he has to tap it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, they're okay. So Caleb didn't want to discard anything else, I guess.
Did they think the Mongrel was only a 3/3?
I don't think so. Did the other Mistress Factory tap? Like maybe it was just verbally said. I don't know. Or was that one just played? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't think it was summoning 6, but maybe it was. No, I think you would have activated the one that was not summoning 6. So
Lukas drops 14.
and another Mistress Factory has been added. He's very good at drawing those Mistress Factory.
He's a Mishra master. Play old school.
Yeah.
Here is a hasty, my favorite hasty thing, a hasty Deranged Hermit.
It's a good one.
Elves players are very familiar with.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's not necessarily uncommon. It's one of the better choices to get with survival. So, I mean, Caleb's deck certainly seems like it's humming at this point, and there's no survival. It's just like being like, and I really think anger kind of just made this whole game different. Like
that's why I play a whole bunch of angers.
you play like a full 4, right? And
I'm down to 3 now in my version, but
yeah, I feel like this draw is much. I mean, it still would be exciting enough, but like without the anger, I feel like it's much more reasonable.
That my version, that's what I really like about it. Is like there's games on survival where you can just kill them on turn 4 because you have anger. Like Rootwalla Wild Mongrel into Arrogant Wurm.
All right, well,
it's so good.
A Mistress Factory gets in the way of like a squirrel, and then Lukas takes, I think it was 8. Oh, maybe. Yeah, now it goes down to 5. So yeah, and without a card, like we talked about, like the parish or whatnot, like I don't think there's anything. The board's too wide, and he doesn't have a lot of time because the
Parish would have been nice though.
That was a lot of land I think I saw. So
can you imagine a parish there?
It would be very good.
That would have been so awesome.
But alas, there was no parish. And
he's showing there. He's like, that's what like you start deciphering. You get those parishes out like immediately. You're like, where are they? I gotta show you this.
I'm gonna go jump and see if I can find someone who we can bump over to our future match. Since there
were some good matches out there, but I was trying to avoid the blue decks for the people at home. It's like Lukas took out 2 duress, 4 verdicts. Do-do-do-do.
All right, we're getting a new matchup. So the match right next to him it's Jeff Green. He's playing Goblins. He's up against Michael Bustos. He's playing Elves. So we got the classic
Goblins and Elves.
tribal. Yes,
I got both these horses in the race, so this is bad for me or good.
Yeah.
Depending on.
Well, they were sitting at the top table, so I think that is implying that they're both doing well. But yeah, they said they were going to game 3. So right now that they are split as we get them seated. I don't know which player is sitting where, but
man, I love being Goblins in this matchup.
Well, yeah, a lot of times it comes down to Goblin Sharpshooter. Is real like how many sharpshooters and yeah, that card's very good.
Yeah, and I love the Sharpshooter too much, probably too much. Me and Lester are probably the biggest Sharpshooter fans.
I think Michael's on the right. I could be wrong. We'll figure it out if I got it. We will update this. Oh, thank you, chat. Confirming what I suspected. All right.
I think I might have played Elves if I played today. People were asking me.
So I am just I do not have enough experience with the lines with Elves. I would not be comfortable playing it. It's
You
one
should
of those
play some Elves.
Yeah,
it's a really fun deck.
It seems fun because
It's obviously busted.
Yeah.
But I find it like super interesting to play.
I'm just gonna let them know they can start whenever.
Okay. Elves will make you think. But I don't know, I like the lines are so cool and they like explode in ways you are not expecting. Like people just don't know how crazy a Wirewood Symbiote can make your draw. It's so good.
So you would rather be in Goblins in this situation though, right? Or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to sharpshoot.
Well, I know
the Elves to death.
the times that I do play Goblins, I tend to play like multiple main deck sharpshooters. I tend to lead during Goblins when the sharpshooters are better.
Yeah.
And like I'll play just like Ancient Tomb, so you don't even need to.
I'm more of a mid-range Goblin player, I would say. We got a 36 people box store. Is that Nick Bach? Why aren't you here?
Yeah, it is. I tried to get him to come. I can't remember why he said he couldn't.
Probably got him upset or something.
All right, kicking things off with the Fyndhorn Elves, and then Goblin Lackey. I mean, this is one of the matchups where it's like Lackey usually just gets blocked.
Yeah,
but you're kind of excited if it takes out a land or elf type thing. So
Phyrexian Altar Elves, Fecundity, or Phyrexian Altar Goblins. Elves.
I know that's an Elves deck that I know. I'm not saying it's better than
Altar Elves.
Yeah. That.
What about Altar Goblins? Or Food Chain Goblins? Anybody?
I thought about people have
Fecundity Goblins.
Tried with Food Chain. I love the card Fecundity. Like
I love Fecundity too.
This is like one of those cards that it just makes me excited.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like,
all right, Michael's gonna have a Kyrian Ranger and a Multani's Acolyte.
a good standard opening for the Elves.
The one thing that's missing, I mean, like,
love.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it would get played. I mean, survival is a big part of this deck. Like, it definitely can sequence draws that are super powerful. Typically, it involves Kyrian Ranger and Priest of Titania or Gaia's Cradle, and you're able to go through and untap the Priest to get multiple mana, and then get like a Deranged Hermit and just kind of have a great board presence. We do see the Goblin Lackey. Does it feel a little bit bad when you trade with an echo creature?
Yes.
Do you ever think you don't attack in that spot? And they can make the decision of...
I like attacking that spot. I think that's a reasonable trade, though, in this matchup, because, one, your lackey's never getting through.
Yep.
And two, the Acolyte, if they don't have a survival, is their way to get back in the game. You know, like
Sure.
to get...
That is their card
to put
advantage.
their game together.
Like Wirewood Symbiote and the Multani's Acolyte.
Yeah. Like, I'll pay awkward echoes with with Multani's Acolytes a lot, just to like keep them around sometimes.
Okay.
Because if you get a symbiote, you have a draw engine. You know, if you like, just having an elf in play for your priests can be really good. Just got another Acolyte though. Gonna have Marine Ranger say hello.
So does Jeff have a sharpshooter? Because that would be pretty good. I guess.
I mean, yeah, it would be very good. I would guess Jeff Green is a sharpshooter player. A little bit I know of him.
Last time he was at this tournament, he was playing Mud.
There's our foil Goblin Sharpshooter. Woo! Jeff Green's the foil.
Yeah, he
has the old border foil cube.
Yeah.
This probably came right out of it.
Yeah.
Old border foil Goblin Sharpshooter.
Yeah, so what we're referring to is we did coverage of CubeCon, and Jeff had brought in the old border foil cube, which is pretty self-explanatory, has cards that are old bordered and foiled, and it was like one of I feel like it was the cube that most people talked about, like at that tournament. People were really excited to play it.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I didn't get to play it. I wish I could have. All right, we're going to work with survival. He's gonna discard his Deranged Hermit. Go get an Elvish Champion.
All right, that's a good way to fight the
Not a
the
fan.
sharpshooter.
Oh, he's got the Sharpshooter. Never mind.
Yeah, the only thing is like you're kind of in this house of cards that like if this like a Gem Home Incinerator could like just could just absolutely ruin this board.
I'm a little shocked he didn't like. If it were me in that spot, I think I go get either Masticore or Goblin Sharpshooter with Anger and go to town.
Well, if you go for Anger, then you end up like losing your board, right? Like there's no
because you can kill the Sharpshooter. The Sharpshooter doesn't have haste.
Oh,
so you can go get your
Okay.
Anger and Sharpshooter, and you have an extra Sharpshooter against the Goblin deck.
Yeah.
This line really sets him up to get blown out pretty hard.
It's possible he didn't have either enough mana or enough like you might have needed multiple creatures in hand. That he didn't have.
I'm not a buyer on that because he has Priest of Titania in play and two other elves, so he can just go get Wirewood Symbiote. Untap his Priest of Titania. It's a good amount of mana. Maybe I'm off. Maybe it's not quite enough to Anger to do Anger plus Sharpshooter.
If Jeff's pausing, then he doesn't seem like he has a easy way of getting rid of the champion. I don't think. Goblin Ringleader.
Yeah. Yeah, when in doubt, I just always get stuff out.
Now we see it, the champion. So, but like giving Michael the turn, like
I'm surprised he didn't attack there. He can't block, right?
Oh, the Ringleader. Yeah.
Control.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to like keep more goblins in play for the jump home, and then like just not die. Well, and he might be in trouble because of this Masticore with a lot of mana. I think it's going to really wreak havoc on what Jeff's trying to build up a board. So this is 4 mana. Just cast some Masticore. What is the? Why are we discarding a card? Oh, I think he thought you had to discard a card to use that one ability. Yeah. Trying not to die is a solid plan. Yeah, so in response, I guess we'll activate this sharpshooter. Put you to 0. Is that a good sharpshooter?
Yeah, he's dead. That's it. I didn't realize there was a 1.
I'm gonna go explain. Oh, they figured it out. Here, I'll go.
Okay, well. I got it. Important, Most Champions Forest Walk does not work with Karplusan Forest. But you already knew that. I always thought it should.
All right, they figured it out.
Do you think Forest Walk should work on Karplusan Forest? Why or why not?
Like for flavor, yeah.
It says forest on the card.
Yeah.
Right?
Non-Karplusan Forest Walk. Is that?
Yeah.
Maybe the Karplusan forests are like harder to navigate.
Yeah, he just doesn't know his way around those.
Unfamiliar with the territory. All right, can Jeff do anything here?
No.
The defeated no. Yeah. So
No.
yeah, I mean like this is a very difficult situation.
No.
I thought he had a. Did Jeff have a naturalize in hand? I think he did. But he can untap the. You could untap the Priest of Titania and regenerate, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He could have.
He doesn't want to discard a card, I guess. I think he's still in a fine position. There's a war chief that's added. I mean, like that's. I mean, the Massacre being gone is like really big for Jeff. That like might be able to build, but like with Michael just has so much access to a ton of mana, and yeah, like with the survival in play,
It should be.
I think it should be game. Like
Yeah.
you get anger, then you get Deranged Hermit, or you could maybe get like a symbiote in there.
My chain is almost always anger into symbiote into Deranged Hermit.
You could probably get another Kyrian Ranger there. So here the
He's
Tribal
getting
Force Mage.
Tribal Force Mage.
So from what I heard, this card is not in all of the Elves list. A lot of times people will play Kowal. But I think the idea they said with the Tribal Force Mages is it's obviously it's cheaper, and you can just kind of like pick it up with some of the other elves and like recast it if you need a bigger trample effect. All right, we got Lester poking his head through. He's got a thumbs up, so I guess that he's 2-1. So hanging in there.
Beat the rock.
Beat the rock. Well, I don't know if we can get on board with that. We don't like
Boo!
that. Because you know, Lester, you're the bad guy today, right?
Yes.
So
I want to walk should tap for blue. Oh, or just count it as island for island walk.
yeah, so the handshake is extended, and Jeff I think is just outmatched. That
Yeah, I think it was enough damage.
It's terrible. Terrible.
I like those mountains.
They're not.
I like those mountains, but they're not as cool as Goblin Mountain.
I mean, like I think we're all a little bit sad that Goblins lost, right? I know Lester and I for sure. We love our
for
Goblins,
sure.
and yeah, BK. So
Yeah,
no shame to Michael and the Elvis fans.
good job, Michael. But Gobos.
But we love our Goblins. So
Yeah. Okay.
But
They're my
I mean, I
faves.
guess you pick both of these decks.
I did
of
pick
one
both of these decks.
To win the tournament at some point. So.
Yeah, I have Elves, Goblins, and Parfait, and he has Stasis, Blue-White Control, and what was the last deck you have? Fly.
Fly. This is before we saw anyone playing anything, so I just picked decks that I thought a lot of people would play.
Neither of us took Mono Blue Dreadnought.
No. Well, traditionally, not a lot of people had played that here, so I didn't know if that was kind of influenced.
We kind of knew there were a lot in the room at that point, though.
I guess we should.
Fair Sly is always a good bet because like it can just randomly get those eye wins.
Yeah. Let's talk about this raffle again because
So can Dreadnought, though.
after this, they're going to be picking the raffle,
Yeah.
right? Like so.
Get your raffle in there.
This
Get
is
my
your
decks.
last chance to
$5. You could get a pre-modern deck.
So.
That's the best deal out there.
Yeah, we'll figure out shipping.
We'll figure it out.
so.
If you're overseas, we'll figure it out. If you're in the country, It's free.
Lester, did you put any raffle? Were you raffling at all? One. What was your choice? What did you want the most? Balancing things. All right, that's a good
Why do you
choice.
hate children? Why do you hate children?
I have the other decks. I don't have balance.
But it's more about the cause. We're trying to raise money here. Yeah.
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 Peer pressure.
What's wrong with
This
you?
is like the good kind of peer pressure, though.
I need
I'll put it
some
on
food.
The problem is we don't. Our cameras aren't working back here,
Oh,
so you'd have to like lie on top.
The
of
raffles are
the
all still
feature back
available.
table.
Why does it say Madness is sold out?
I think they all say sold out, right? It wasn't that one like the bugs.
Oh, they're not sold out. You can check them out.
So if you-
refresh it. If it,
We're on the website, and well, they might be like actually clicking on it. You should be able to
pretty great.
buy tickets for anything still.
switch it to one of the tickets.
Back order.
Yeah, this is our website is like being dumb.
So does this go through?
Yeah, it still works.
If you,
It's
yeah,
just,
I guess
we
I guess
had
it's-
some
It says
Shopify
back
issues.
order, but it's still, if you click the back order button, I think it still adds to your cart. If the purchase goes through, we'll be able to
Yeah.
add your ticket in
There-
and have it live for the drawing. So, but you need to get your tickets in like real shortly because I think after this round we're gonna do the drawing.
I can maybe stall them for one more round, but we'll see.
All right. So
I'm gonna get some.
yeah, I think we're gonna take a break and
In
get
our
some
9
stuff
minutes.
situated. So we're gonna move to break, but like I do want to say, if if you are interested in the raffle, you should do that now, and we will be back at the beginning of round 4.
I never looked at the artwork of Tribal Force page. It's awesome.
Oh, I never noticed the ones on the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the little creatures.
it's so good.
All right.